golf tournament's behind and Phoenix is still standing. Okay, that's good news. Spring training's starting, but guess what? We're heading towards March Madness in this great sport of college basketball. Pac-12 basketball tonight presented by Pacific Premier Bank as the Oregon State Beavers visit Tempe to play the Arizona State Sun Devils. A Wednesday night special because I get to work with Don McCullough.
Being an issue for both teams, he's hoping starting Phillips and Gaffney makes them at least start out as a better rebounding team to start games.
So here we go, the 100th time these teams have played. Who knows if when they'll be 101. First meeting this year, as we referenced up in Corvallis, a very convincing win for the Beavs. They won by 13.
It's going to be a good night, Ted, because Collins and Pope are guarding each other. Exactly what I wanted. Let's see if games.
And look, the Beavers have a little bit of a Linus-like cloud hanging over them as Jose Perez gets the first points of the game. And then the Beavs have not won a game outside of Gil Coliseum.
At those elbows, he likes to operate in the mid-post. He's a tough guard, big, strong body, backs people down. Kano misses everything. See if they end up going with doubles on Perez.
And Michael Ratai hits a little floater. Bilodeau.
You could tell in the first game that I did that Reynaud had made a huge jump.
Backway blocked inside, and then on the second try, Sean Phillips of the Sun Devils on the foul.
So I want to talk about this rebounding out of your area. So what does that come down to? Some of it's instinct for players. So know that they've probably lost some games because of their rebound. Those are the other 50%.
So it's split half. That's interesting.
Well, here's a good example, because he's like, well, the big guys have to rebound. Frankie Collins is a really good rebounder, especially for his position.
Well, we see that all the time. There's a foul on the drive on the second try by Arizona.
Good rebounder, go be a good rebounder. Other guys, this Arizona State team becomes very dangerous. Not only
it's across the board, not good.
Only way to go is up, Ted.
Yep. A backway strip, Jemiah Neal.
But those percentages increase when they do this. Get stops and get it down the court.
There you go. Just like that. Just like that.
Frankie Collins' aggressiveness against him. Try and get him in foul trouble, put it on the deck, force the issue a little bit. But he can't just say, well, you know, Collins is a great on-ball defender. I'm not going to score tonight.
That's a great call, Don, as Bilodeau hits the shot. Bilodeau, 13-2 points, 5.6 rebounds. Very solid. Second year for the Beavs. And your point is foul here on ASU.
Action. So when Pope has it in his hands, he's got to use his own action.
Wow.
You know, making sure that they understood what was expected, but also playing with each other reps and getting used to playing with one another.
And Frankie Collins knocks it down. 28% for the year, but averaging 4 rebounds a game in just 16 minutes a game. Double that if he were a frontline player. He'd be an 8 rebound a game guy.
There you go, right on cue.
And he's clearly their best offensive rebounder and sets up Miller's 3, and Wayne Tinkle stops it. And Lake got by Collins on the left side. Late clock again for the Beavers. Ratai goes. Has to shoot it. Makes it. Nice job by Michael.
To spots to stop players. And in great hands, but we showed the ball pressure earlier. He just gives whoever he's guarding zero airspace, except for that time, out of the baseline, out of bounds.
Good inbounds. Now Josiah Lake handling the ball. Pope running off the ball here. Nice fill. Bilodeau back in the game, scores.
Very cut by Bilodeau.
Kamari lands back with Neal. And again, going to go right at Pope. Yeah. Now Bilodeau on the double. Look at that. Wow.
You have to, or that happens. Neal just split it. Got the easy layup.
Oh, nice cut inside, and Bilodeau scores it.
Cut, setting guys up. Bilodeau 2 times in a row, back cuts for layups.
This time Perez cuts, Bilodeau blocks, but a foul. And they got Josiah Lake.
Lower towards Pope so that there is no step through that Neal's.
Justin Rochland getting in for the Beavers.
work on Pope with Gaffney. Shows you his versatility as a defender,
kidding.
Gaffney.
How about that? And Rochland steps right in off the bench. Miller wanted the corner three, didn't get the ball.
Neil, there wasn't enough spacing there.
Yep, exactly. Look at Jemiah Neal with a highlight.
Neal's just eluding defenders here in the first half. A bunch of different ways.
But you're right, Don. They use that word spacing. We hear that a lot. The visual on that last possession was perfect. Bilodeau with the score, meaning the lack of spacing.
When you go one side to the other, you only want two guys on a side, not three, because if there's three, then it's easier to guard all three. If there's two, now there's driving lanes and more room to operate.
Gaffney was there.
Pass.
Nice job by Arizona State. Good set there. 53%, and that is a huge lift for them.
I think that game at Utah the other day gave them some confidence on the offensive end. I really do. With their size, Utah, and how hard it is to win at Huntsman, I think
the pictures of Sun Devils earlier, and of course our good friend, the great Doug Tamaro, who, I don't know, is he the university president yet?
I think so.
No, Dr. Crow, I know. 25-18 for ASU.
Perez has got that old school game, man. All inside the line. Yeah. He'll shoot a three. He actually shoots a really good percentage from behind.
Ball inside anyway.
He's got to go right shoulder, left hand there. Going back to his right, goes right back into the defender. Good defense by Perez not to foul him.
And now, wow, Perez goes right into, Perez kind of stares at Bilodeau. I feel like there have been fewer fouls as we've moved into this conference season.
I think so, and I think guys that you know, I think officials get used to officiating certain teams, how they play, and more importantly, certain individuals. Sakano gets the fifth. Pope scored yet?
No. Pope has one basket.
Yeah.
And here's the matchup again that we started with, Pope and Collins. Ratai came out. Pope waved off the screen. And Bilodeau, long distance. Bilodeau with. All right, here you go. There's classic Perez, right? He's physically barreled himself right into Rochland.
Nice job by Rochland, though, to stand his ground and get him off balance.
Ooh, they called Bilodeau. No, they called Collins on that. Has stayed against Frankie Collins of Arizona State.
And it hasn't had much of an impact on the offensive end.
But even there, you say the Cougars having this wonderful run, second place in the conference, but there's not one, you wouldn't single one player out.
No.
And nice entry feed there from Bilodeau to Ratai. And the Beavers have the lead.
It's got to keep winning.
First lead for the Beavers. And another turnover. This is what's going to plague Bobby Hurley. That's 8 turnovers in the first half.
Unusual. They're averaging under 10 a game in conference play.
And that dances and drops for Pope. That helps explain the score you're seeing. And Frankie Collins right back in to get 2.
Turns down that high ball screen. So I'd like to see him go down to Bilodeau right after, have him roll and go right to him.
Neal running out quickly, scores it.
See how he slowed down. Most guys speed up to try.
Ooh, there's Miller. Saw that bounce pass coming. So a nice run back here by the Sun Devils.
Well, that's usually Frankie Collins poking those away and getting it down the other end. Nice job by Miller.
6 straight points now for the Sun Devils and back to a 3-point lead.
3-second differential shot to game clock. See how far Oregon State takes us down.
Bilodeau coming up. Switch. Here's Gaffney on Pope. Step back. That's a real tough one. Wow. He had to step back there to get it over Gaffney.
He's got the best step back in the league, so not surprising he beat Arizona on that very same step back. Pope still doesn't look like he's 100% out there, but you got to give him credit for giving it a go.
Nice drive and finish. Miller using the basket.
It would have gotten blocked had he gotten short, strips it from him.
Nobody in foul trouble. That's a second on Pope.
But a lot of bigs think that they have to dunk those or they have to come down with it as Collins knocks down the three.
I think Corvallis 3 of 26.
Remember, Arizona State got out early in this game, and Oregon State chipped away at it. Arizona State pushing the lead out to 5 again.
Nice setup there. That was well done by Pope. That was pure setup.
Playmaker set other guys up.
Whoa, Shaw Marial. And they're going to see Bobby Hurley leaping out of his shoes there to make sure that was called a goaltend.
That was for sure. Pick your dribble up there.
Yeah, Oregon State's starting to bleed in a few after such a clean first half. And this will be Jemiah Neal to finish. The Beavers only had 1 turnover in the first half.
But both teams loose with it here to start this second half. That sequence there was like 4 turnovers in 10 seconds.
And now it is Perez getting the call. He's been
Schedule.
Yep.
Conference schedule, and so you have the conference games in early December. So now they've tried to balance.
Yeah, we've it's scheduling now gets into the category of it's too late change, but it's a lot of what ifs. But Pope, nice. Boy, that was really well done by Pope. How many gear shift?
About the uncharacteristic Arizona State turnovers here for a while, Ted. And one thing Bobby really told us is Salabonga gets in the passing lane.
Yeah. And is Molineau up there for the high screen, but Salabonga saw it. Shoot it.
Got it up in time,
I was
just missed it.
Say, how did he miss it? And look at Perez.
Good find.
Yep. Neal. Bang. There you go. And that's the biggest lead of the game.
No Collins on the floor. Where are you going, Arizona State?
It's going to be Miller's little touch shot. We're heading into another timeout.
Zone for Oregon State. In part to protect Villanova.
Sun Devils is rolling. That's their 6th made 3.
Brown's trying to limit his workload so that he's ready to go for games. And so you build a 16-point lead. It's another opportunity to get him some rest.
Nice move inside. And Phillips flush +1.
I feel like Phillips with his. See if your second unit and some of your younger guys can come in and make a run here.
Well, you don't like to. I know you don't like to think this way in a sport where there's only nice flip inside from Neal to Phillips, but this.
To say that, then what if they go down there and win that game? That's obviously easier said than done.
And there's what Oregon State needs about.
So you got to guard without foul in this last 8.5 minutes.
Nice inside.
Plenty of time. Season. I'm just happy that the curtain of distraction is still around.
Amen. The students are here.
Yeah.
Akano on the run. And Akano finishes. All right, here's the Beavers' first sign of life in the second half.
14.
We'll get Jose Perez to the line, I believe.
Into this play, watch Akano's left arm just give him, or right arm, just give him a little extra there at the end.
So
when he was already falling down, he's in a vulnerable.
Momentum run here by the Beavers. Under 8 minutes now.
Collins immediately back in the game now.
And there goes Collins. And Don today said a couple of guys, Collins being at the forefront, play so much and play so hard. I'm not going to burn him as Bilodeau hits in game day shoot.
Yeah, it's not at this point in the season. It's about going over what the other team does. You don't need to run through your stuff and have guys practice and all that. It's just about getting ready for what the opponent is going to do.
Second chance on the Offensive board by Michael Rattay. Nice setup to Craig. That's
the double
nice
came on Rattay.
the long-term view for Dejon Craig.
It's hard to get minutes with Pope in front of him.
Ooh. The Gaffney screen gets Collins in. We're going to get a foul here on Neal's putback attempt. Try to make it work at the foul line. And Neal with that one's going on Rattay again. And we're going to get a technical foul. Wayne Tinkle just snapped. You see Wayne's gestures trying to indicate defense sold the call. Gaffney.
I'm not sure about that one. How much of it is he selling it, and how much of it did?
I'm not either. I agree.
How hard he got hit either.
My point is. And Akano got in. And Neal wasn't going to contest it once Akano bore. Bilodeau trying to post up Miller inside. Ball doesn't get into him, though. And eventually it's Rochelin with the shot.
Got a good pull-up game, Rochelin. Needs to improve, get more consistent from behind the three-point line, but he's got that.
And Collins comes back with a straight line drive. Answer and work now the last few years, and you've certainly felt it here in Tempe, but this is one. See, that's where the team runs through. As Craig's ball rims out. And Bilodeau got crushed in the head there on the flying swat, I believe, by Phillips. Now the point for Oregon State is Bilodeau shoots. Bilodeau came back in the game when Tempe was able to come back. Don't know about Rattay.
Down here to finish this game.
By Neal in. So Neal now with 17.
A lot of times that means clamping, trying to stretch out that calf.
Well, Jamiya Neal's been active tonight. There's his season best, 21 points.
It's been good from the start tonight, Jamiya Neal.
And Bilodeau comes back and answers himself. Whoa, airmail throw, but Neal saved it. That'll be the first game of the year between the like a tightly packed horse race. Seeing which horse
beat him.
Nice drive in there by Rochelin. And Perez sets up Akil Watson. Middle the Sun Devils along with Jordan Williams. And a driving score for Josiah Lake.
They can dribble it out now.
Yep. Gavin Mars getting out there for the Beavers. Freshman from Ellensburg, Washington, that has had some sparing minutes. One player we have not seen tonight, Christian Wright.
Yeah. Well, you hope Oregon State can regroup, get back late tonight, have a couple days, and then have Oregon coming in there. We haven't even talked about Oregon tonight, but 8-5, third place in the conference right now. Big game for them in terms of staying in that top four.
And the same thing schedule-wise. Oregon only has 2 home games left, so they have to win on the road to make sure they get in that top 4.
Right.
All right, Arizona State. Well, the shooting woes that we outlined at the beginning, not tonight. Look at that, 58%.